Okay, so the next part of our fall semester spreadsheet that we're working on is our weighted averages. Now you did this before, so this is, or hopefully you did this before. This is our second 9 weeks. This is our Excel project. So you can, if you already have it and you got like 100 on a project and you have it right, you don't have to do it again. You could just copy, like you can open your project, copy it, and paste it over. So like even if it's Excel, like so I started it. Yeah, long story. Okay, so if I have it started in Excel or completely finished in Excel, you can copy and paste from Excel to Google Sheets and vice versa. So like say I have semester averages. So if I put Control C and I go back over here to my fall semester thingy right here, and I go here, Control V, it'll paste it right in. So I'm going to work on this in Excel just because I feel like it. Okay, so semester averages. So yeah, if you have this already done, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel, right? We're just trying to compile this whole little project thing. So if yours works, copy and paste, like, yeah. Okay. So the way our school works generally, not this time because of COVID, is this. Put this in. Your semester average is made up of your first 9 weeks average, your second 9 week average, and your final exam. And it's weighted. So it's not, you can't just add them up and divide by 3, right? So this is 40%. Second 9 weeks is 40%. And your final exam grade is 20%. So like, let's say I had an 80 on my first 9 weeks. And let's say I had an 85 on my second 96 on my second 9 weeks. And let's say I got a 70 on my final. And I want to know what my average is going to be. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to put average. So what I like to do is I like to go weight times grade. You can do it all in the formula. You could just do this times this, plus this times this, plus this times this. Or you can divide it out into its little pieces. So I would go equals. I click on my 40%. Times, which is shift and 8. Click on 80%. Ta-da! Then I do that all the way down, or I get smart about it because it's Excel. I go up to the one that has the formula that I like. I'm going to go right here to this bottom little square where my cursor turns into a plus sign. I click and drag all the way down, and it'll automatically copy that for me. So then my average, all I do is add those up. So I'm going to go sum. Notice I put the equals ahead of time. If I came in here and let's say I just typed sum, and I did this, and I hit enter, it doesn't do anything, right? It changed something. I'm not exactly sure what happened. So I'm going to go Control Z because I didn't tell it we're going to do anything. So you always have to put your equals first. Equals, and then sum. And now see it's saying, okay, what numbers do you want to add up? So I just add those up. Hit enter, and my semester average is 84. Notice that in this thing, I did not type any numbers. So, and right here, I did not type any numbers. So I didn't go take my calculator, do it by hand, because that defeats the purpose of Excel. The whole purpose of Excel is that it is a calculator and it'll do it for you and it'll do it quickly and we can change things and I don't have to ever do anything. So let's say I got a 93. Boom, everything's updated. Let's say I went all out, I got a 90 on my final. I end up with an average of a 94. So that's all we do. Like we don't want to type anything. Once we put our little input, I'm going to go ahead and highlight these a different color. Once I put these in as inputs, then it automatically calculates everything else for me. I'm going to put a box around this. Now I'm going to call it done. You can make these pretty. I'm going to make this bold and that bold. I'm going to underline it. Notice I use bottom bold, not the bottom border, not this little under thing. If you put the under thing, it's only going to underline the text. It won't draw the line across the whole thing. So anyway, maybe I'll put a right border on this. Ta-da! So it kind of separates. Maybe I'll even put a bottom border on this because I'm going wild with my borders. Ta-da! Borders are up to you. Okay, so that's the first part is calculating what's your average. The second part was calculating, well, what would I need on my final to get this grade? So the way this works is I'm going to put desired average. That's now an input. Go ahead and merge these. So let's say I want an A. When A is a 90. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna copy these like this. Control C. I'm gonna put that right here. Now I'm gonna copy my grade. I'm leaving this blank because this I want to know, right? That's what I'm looking for. I can go ahead and I can put this column 2 if I want. If I copy like this, it's going to copy the formula too. So notice if I click on here, it has it adjusted for the line, but it already calculated those in. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and underline that. So now what I need now, so my average, the formula for this is the weight times, so weight 1 times grade 1 plus weight 2 times grade 2 plus weight of the final times the final, right? In this case, we know weight 1, grade 1, we know weight 2, grade 2, and we know the average that we want. We know the weight of the final. What we're looking for is final. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our average, we're going to subtract this one, we're going to subtract this one, and then we're going to divide that whole thing by the weight of the final. That'll get the final by itself. So I'm going to, merge and center. Okay, so I go equals. I'm going to open parentheses, my desired grade, minus this one, minus this one, close parentheses, divide by 20%, because that's the weight of my final. If I hit enter, then since I got a 93 first 9 weeks, 93 second 9 weeks, I just need a 72 to make an A. Now what I can do too is I can make these, I'm going to unhighlight those. I'm going to make these not inputs. I'm going to put my input here. This one is going to be an input, and I'm going to refer back again. So like this one, I'm going to go equals. I'm going to click here. This one, I'm going to hit equals. I'm going to click up here. So then like, let's say I want an 80. Well, I would only need a 22 on my final to get an 80 for this semester. Let's say I just want to know what I would need to pass. So I put a 70. I could get a negative 28 on the final to pass. So this is basically all we're doing. You should have done this before. You should be able to just cut and paste. But okay, so I created this. So this is an answer. This is an answer. I have this in Excel though, and I want it on my fall semester one. No problem. I do not need to type anything else. What I do is I come right here. I highlight everything. Control C. I click over onto my spreadsheet that I want to put it in. I come up here, Control V, and it'll take a second. Ta-da, everything's there. So I didn't have to do anything new. It works. So like, let's say I got an 85 here. Notice, oh no, it didn't copy the formulas. This is not good. Well, okay. So I can go ahead and do that over. So I guess I lied on that part. Okay, let me copy these down. There we go. This I'm just adding up. That's not cool that it won't let me do that. I bet there's some kind of a paste special. Let me see. So like, let's say I want to do this, Control C, and let's say I want to come over here. There's probably, if I, okay, paste special. There we go, paste formula. It still didn't do it, I guess because I was transferring over from Excel. Well, that's okay. Since we know how to do this, we'll just go ahead and put it in. Okay, so I go equals, I have open parentheses, this, minus, that's kind of depressing. This minus this, I'm going to have to adjust those formulas too. Divided by my 20%. Okay, so this, I'm going to go ahead and redo this. It doesn't take that long. It's just a minor setback. We don't have to go to pieces over these things. Okay, And now I want to refer back up to here. I'm going to make sure I have everything squared away. Okay, so now if I click and change things, it's a little disappointing. Way to go, Google. Okay, let's say I got a 75 here. Does it change? It does, and I'm good. So let's say I want an A, I want a B. I would need an 80 on my final. Okay, so then that's what we do. Still a little disappointed in Google. Anyway, so yeah, you could copy and paste. If you had it in Excel, you'd probably have to adjust the formulas. If you had this in Google Sheets to begin with, Google Sheets, I'm pretty sure you can copy and paste. That should actually work, but if you're copying from Excel, apparently you do need to adjust the formulas. Whatever. Okay, so that's it on the semester averages tab.